What's up, plant lovers? I'm Devin Wallien, and in today's video I wanted to give some care points for this beautiful houseplant, Pilea mollis. In particular, it's called Moon Valley, noted for its beautiful textured foliage, and as you can see right now, mine is actually in bloom inside of my home, and so I thought it would be a great opportunity to talk about this beautiful houseplant, which is beloved by me because it's a houseplant that actually stays small. You can put it on a bookshelf and it's not going to outgrow it. You maybe started with that awesome Monstera Thai constellation on your bookshelf, and after 6 months it definitely didn't fit there anymore. This plant, it retains a beautiful small stature. In fact, that's the best way to keep them and to grow them, is to keep them small, and they will actually just remain in this size for indefinitely. I've had this over 3 years and it's gotten bushier, but it really hasn't outgrown the small 3-inch pot that I have it growing in. Now, Pilea mollis, it's the same genus as the Chinese money plant, but it does have some different growing and care requirements compared to that Chinese money plant. So definitely the first thing that you really want to keep intact is that it is growing in the appropriate size container. This is a plant that you want to keep in a small pot, and probably never put it into a larger pot, because when you start to put them in larger pots and you're growing them indoors all year round, like most likely you are, the stems will definitely start to elongate and get weak, and they will start to take on a little bit of a splayed appearance. So the best way to keep it nice and bushy like this is to keep it in a small container and give it lots of good lighting. Now, it doesn't need to be in the brightest, sunniest window. That is going to be great, but if you don't have a super bright area, what you can do, and where I've been growing mine, I grow mine on this bookshelf right here. And I think it's perfect because it really will never outgrow this section. But, you know, I am a few feet from the window, and without giving it any supplemental lighting, it's going to become unhappy. This is truly a plant that will grow towards the light. And if there's enough lighting, it will kind of create this wall of foliage, which is really beautiful. But if it's searching for a light and there's just simply not enough of it, the stems will get too long and they will start to look very sparse and just not very beautiful. So what I do is I will keep it with this little lamp on, and I have this lamp on a 12-hour timer. This is just an LED light bulb. It's not a grow light. It's nothing special, but it is about, less than it's about 6 inches away from the plant. So it gives it lots of good lighting all day, every day. And to have a nice rounded effect, I will just gently give it a little twist every week or 2 weeks or whenever I think about it, so that it does have nice rounded growth. So by keeping it in a small container with plenty of light, you can have a really nice, full, filled out look on your plant. Now, the next thing that you really need to consider is the watering. These plants need to stay dry. Now, it's really easy to maintain the right moisture when you're growing it in a small container. If these plants are let to be too wet for too long, they will definitely not be happy, and they will start to get very droopy. The stems will just be weak, and it's not going to be an attractive looking plant. So we really want to pick it up whenever we water it, and if it feels light to the touch, all right, you might be able to give it some water and it's going to be fine. Otherwise, if it doesn't feel light to the touch, let it be. Don't give it any additional water. I have mine in this cash pot. I'll simply take it out, feel it. Okay, that feels light. I can give it maybe 4 to 6 ounces of water, never giving it too much water. And if there is any water that sits in the bottom of this, I will empty it out so that it is not getting wet feet. And another great way to ensure that it has the appropriate moisture is to grow it in the right soil substrate mix. I will use 50% houseplant bagged potting mix, and then the other 50% I'll just do a mix of perlite, sphagnum moss, and orchid bark. That's really easy to mix, and it's going to create very nice drainage while retaining a slight amount of moisture, and that's going to provide a really nice habitat for our Pilea mollis to grow in. Now, if you do find that some of the stems are getting too long, they will respond very well to being pruned back, cut back. Let me show you how easy it is to do and what to do and where exactly to cut. If you find that a stem is getting a little bit long and droopy, what you can do, you can simply travel along that stem to the next node that you find is appropriate, like this. This is a node where those leaves emanate from. And I will simply just cut right here. And now I have shaped this plant a little bit more and kept it nice and compact. So as a summary, don't try to get it too big. Keep it in a small container. Don't let it stay too wet. Keep it on the drier side and give it sufficient lighting. With that in mind, you don't need to worry about fertilizing them at all. I never fertilize mine, and it is perfectly happy, and it's even flowering. And with that, now you know how to keep your Pilea mollis Moon Valley happy and pretty inside your home all year round. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to our channel. We have lots of plant-related content about houseplants, outdoor plants, and everything in between. Thanks for joining me here on Plant Vibrations. I'll catch you soon. Ciao.